And welcome into the Seth Justice Show. What's going on? Hopefully you're having a great Sunday and also you had a great week. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow for more on all my stuff at Justice_Radio on Instagram, at Seth Justice Show on X, and YouTube and Spotify, The Seth Justice Show. Woo! All right. We got some things to talk about today. We do. And I mean, I had a week-long irritation that just drove me insane. And we're going to talk about that. Also, Bryson DeChambeau doing his thing and, getting people all hooked up. Plus a lot more drama and NFL fun time because it's, Sunday and we got to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do. So first off, I'm going to get this off my chest because it's been driving me absolutely bonkers. Bonkers all week long. And it was a great week. It really was. Wasn't too crazy. Had some work things. Did some, stuff. And I was trying to buy some stuff. That's what I was trying to do. But SHEIN decided to be a pain in the butt. So I was trying to get some shirts. Because, I want to, at least attempt to look good. Attempt to look fly or whatever. I want to look attractive. That's the main goal. And a quick, easy way to do that is to get clothes that are, attractive clothes, I guess. Or that make me feel attractive. So, just trying to do that. Trying to do a little mental health, calming of the brain. Kind of trying to help myself out a little bit. But no, I couldn't do that. Because SHEIN wanted to do this payment verification thing where you have to take a picture of your transaction from your bank and send it to them, which is the strangest thing in the world. Why do I have to send you anything? You should just, I get there's fraud stuff and you want to make sure that, people aren't using their cards. But hey, listen, SHEIN, you have $5 shirts. Eventually, yes, is it going to add up and everything like that? Sure, it could get very expensive. But they're $5 shirts. We're not talking about $100 shirts. We're not talking about $50 shirts. We're talking about $5 shirts. And you want to do a payment verification thing? I think the grand total of what I was about to spend was $45. I think that's it. And it was a couple shirts, a couple other things. And it's just you're trying to do, I have never heard of any other company ever doing that. And it drove me nuts. And so I will say I did send that payment verification multiple times. And it said, processing may take 24 to 48 hours. It's okay, well, 24 to 48 hours. Looks like I'm a dum-dum because I'm just going to be sitting here waiting. And each and every single time, it says, not enough information. Not enough information. The hell you're talking about? You asked for something, I gave you it. Do you want my social security number? Do you want my PIN number? Do you want my account numbers? What do you want? What do you want, SHEIN? You want to steal my identity? Not doing that, bro. Not doing it. And so it was just, and I tried it for a few days. Talk to customer service, and they're still yeah, well, now you got to call your bank, and you got to, tell them to allow us to take the money out of your account. It's bro, you already taken the money out of the account. You already have. It's already on my bank statement, bro. What do you even mean? So, shady SHEIN. That's what I'm going to say. Shady SHEIN. Because that is, yeah. No, just not okay. It's I'm trying to order something. There's other ways to make sure that it's not a fraudulent account or fraudulent card, which obviously it's my card. It's not fraudulent, you little turds. I want to say something else, but whatever. Trying not to cuss so much, which is so damn hard. But I don't know, man. Trying to do a little bit better. trying to be a little bit more adult. I don't know why I'm trying to do that, because I like who I am, so I don't really want to like change all that much. I just want to like smoothen out a little bit. Again, you know, before with the SHEIN stuff, it's just like I want to like, there's moments where I just want to feel good and I want to feel like I look good. And that's smoothing out the Seth Justice. And yes, I put a the and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest with you. My brain, it's playing a tune. But either way, I don't know. It's so aggravating with SHEIN. Like, that was 3 days. And I shouldn't even let it go 3 days, to be honest with you. I shouldn't have. That was the dumbest thing. The dumbest. Anyway, let's get to some headlines here today. Let's talk about some things and doing some things and people being awesome or not awesome or whatever in between. We're going to start off with Charlie Sheen. And Charlie Sheen is back in the news today, well, this week, because he has a documentary coming out. And that's going to be coming out on the 10th or 15th, I think. One of the two. I think it's the 15th. It might be the 10th. I don't know. Back in the day, like, I used to watch 2.5 Men a lot. And even from time to time, I'll binge it and be perfectly fine. And happy with it. But when I was a kid, I remember my dad watching it. I remember just other people, not necessarily family members, but friends' parents and stuff like that. They'd watch it, and I was always like, man, that Charlie is so cool. So cool. And I always had, like, you know, a thought, like, you know, that's kind of the adult I want to be, except without the weirdness and, well, no. I'll admit it. I was kind of the adult that I wanted to be, but that was as a kid, and you don't really understand, you know, the drinking, the cigar smoking, the philandering. It all looks fun and cool and everything like that. It looks like a great time, but when you get older, you realize, oh, that's not sustainable. Oh, that's not as fun as it looked. Or it's like the people who you see doing it aren't happy. And so that was a realization that I had. But either way, I grew up watching 2.5 Men and loved that show and loved the character Charlie Sheen portrayed and everything like that. And I've pretty much loved him as an actor since, you know, Major League, saw that with my dad, 2.5 Men, so on and so forth. Scary Movie. Just a great actor, dude. And then he goes on this Tiger Blood winning kind of thing, and you're just like, oh, still like you, Charlie, but boy, you crazy, man. You wild. And then you move on to his HIV positive diagnosis, and then he's kind of been silent. So apparently in this documentary, there's going to be a whole lot more that we don't necessarily know and things that we're going to learn about. And he says, like everybody says who has a documentary, that he is going to tell all. There's nothing that's going to be hidden. Can ask him any questions, and he's going to answer all those questions, and there's nothing to hide. And I think it's going to be based off his book mainly. So probably if you read his book, as most of this stuff is going to do and be said and everything like that. So, you know, there's that. I'm probably going to watch it though, because like I said, grew up watching Charlie Sheen and 2.5 Men and, you know, watch Major League, both of them. And, you know, it's going to be weird. I don't really know how I feel about it, to be honest, because it's somebody's personal life, and I know he's telling the story, and that's great. I think you should always tell your story and everything like that. But maybe and this may be a crappy thing to say, so I don't know if I'll say it. No, I'll say it. Maybe it's just a money thing. Maybe trying to recoup some of that money or something. I don't know. I mean, I would assume just get like a nice paycheck from Netflix and kind of move on from there. I mean, I guess. I don't know. But it could be that, or it just could. I mean, yeah, that's probably part of the story, to be honest with you. Probably the spiel and thing, and yeah, probably. I feel like now, like with the podcast, I just like have conversations with myself and try to work things out, and then it gets to a point. I think that's anyway. So with Charlie Sheen, man, like a weird life, because now it's come out that he had sex with men. He also donated $20 to $30 million to different charities, and didn't tell anybody. Told his team not to tell anybody, and you know, he's just kind of went on like a drug bender for years and years and years, and you know, had a rough time of it. And honestly, when you think of Charlie Sheen, you think of a great actor, and yes, of course, the HIV positive stuff, and yes, of course, the drug use. But before all that, you would have just thought he was a great actor, and would have had like a silver spoon, and you know, had a father who was an actor, his brother's an actor, family is supremely creative. You know, you'd think somebody that successful and all that would not have the struggles that some everyday people have. But I think this is a great lesson, and Charlie's life is a great lesson of, yes, you may have everything that you've ever wanted, but you're always going to want more. Or there's a sadness that even with success cannot, you know, it cannot quell, it cannot stop. You have to go out and fill the gaps in who you are. You have to go and be the person that you want to be. And you have to, even if you like are brought up in the best of circumstances, you need to acknowledge, yes, there are some things that make me sad. There are some things that are, you know, that I shouldn't do. There are some things that have a darkness within me. And we need to nip that in the bud before we go winning, or I need some tiger blood. So I think it's a great lesson. Sucks for Charlie, to be honest. Sucks for Charlie. But I think it's a great lesson for us to realize and understand that life has ups and downs, man. It's rough sometimes. But all we got to do is just try our best. And we got to do what we can. And even though, like, if we grew up with a silver spoon or not, we just got to do the best we can and try and be the best person we can. So that's my TED Talk on that. Let's get into some, you know, more uplifting, brighter news, because that was kind of a downer of a start. I mean, gee, many Christmas, talking about SHEIN and, you know, pissing me off. Then Charlie Sheen, then went into, you know, whatever. But let's talk into, you know, something a little bit more exciting. And Bryson DeChambeau, this dude I absolutely adore, and I like him a lot. And I think, like, and I've always liked Bryson. I will stand 10 toes down because I like the cocky attitude. I like the overly confident dude who will be like, yeah, I'm better than you and I know it. Like that. That's a great attitude to have. Not always, but in competition, you got to have that in some instances. And it's like a different mentality. And for golf, he's definitely like changed the game, because he was the first person to have like a YouTube channel that was a professional golfer. He was the first person that did all these silly things with, you know, different people for golf and brought in a whole new audience. Now, he hasn't always won, and that's kind of, you know, derailed his stardom, we'll say, but he's still a big star in golf. And that big star also got somebody hooked up with a Bentley, or at least attempted to. So Bryson DeChambeau on TikTok and other things, I believe it's just TikTok right now, but was inside his house, and he was trying to chip into a teeny tiny cup that is essentially like straight up. So in his house, this is in his house, he has like the entryway, and then to the right is the steps, and it's like this big marble building, or it looks like marble, and it's very open and everything, and there's like this bridge that goes across, and it's on the second story. So Bryson is on the first story, right by the staircase, and he's trying to chip up onto the bridge into this little cup thing. And if he chips it in, he's going to give away a Bentley to somebody. And there's a box around the cup that's like, if he hits that, it doesn't have to stay, but if it hits in the box, then people get like $100 or something like that, or it gets built up and whatever. Well, last I looked, he was at like 13, 14 days, maybe 15. Let me see. Actually, I think this is important to look up. So, wow, he's 31. Oh, he's the same age as me. That sucks. Oh. All right. I think I'm trying to find this. So Bentley Continental GT valued upwards of $300,000, which is ridiculous. Well, of course you don't say like how long it took. All right, whatever. Thanks, TMZ. So Bryson did this, and he finally nailed it in the cup. The last time I saw it was like day 13, so I'm not 100% certain. So day 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there, he gets this into the cup, and people are so freaking ecstatic. And apparently, it was on this website that he was giving it away, and you had to sign up or something as soon as Bryson got it in the cup. And it's not 2 girls, 1 cup kind of deal. It's ping pong ball into a cup. So, shush. Anyway, so everyone had to go to a site, and apparently there's a lot of people that were excited about this and excited about it getting a $300,000 Bentley that, the site crashed. And it's been down for 24 hours, and people are getting so mad. They're just like, what in the world is going on, Bryson? What'd you do? And you're just like, I didn't do anything. You guys are just crazy. He probably didn't think that. But I don't know if he thought that he'd have so many people that it would cause a site to go down. But either way, it should be up here soon, and people are going to be like going over there like crazy. But yeah, Bryson's giving away a Bentley, and that's really cool, honestly. Like I like when people do stuff like that. Mr. Beast kind of made it super, super famous, I guess. Or I guess David Dobrik too, but he would actually like give people stuff, and by people I mean friends. But Mr. Beast would give it to other people. But that's like the good side of social media that people don't necessarily talk about all the time, because they're talking about the negative stuff. And it's just like there's so much good stuff, like Mr. Beast Squid Games, like that was amazing, like cinema. And I don't know, like, if it was an actual TV show, and they attempted to do a TV show with him, and it didn't really work. But I don't know why. Maybe it's just the total control that TV wants to have. Maybe that's why it doesn't work out for YouTubers on TV or influencers in general, unless they're, doing reality TV shows or hosting that, or like Ariana Madix, But like stuff that David Dobrik did, and well, he's a different case because, if you know that situation with Jeff Wittick, it's a wild one. And also seems like a scumbag sometimes. Anyway, but with Mr. Beast, I don't know why it didn't work out with him. Anyway, I got on a tangent, but those types of like social media things are so cool. And with Bryson giving away a Bentley, now obviously he didn't buy the Bentley, and if he thought that, then I don't know, or maybe he did. I don't know. Now I'm kind of second guessing myself after I was being a jerk. See that? That's what happens. A lot of tangents today. But anyway, I don't think he bought the Bentley. Or it was his and he just wrapped it. I don't know. But I would assume it was given to him. He did this thing, and now, I mean, somebody's going to get a $300,000 car. And that I think is really cool. Now, there's going to be so many people that your chances are 1 in a billion, but still, I mean, this in the modern day is what you're supposed to do. Get people excited about something. Because a lot of people want authenticity, a lot of people want things to do, and they don't want to just sit around. They want to like get excited about something. And a lot of people are just like, it'll be okay. We'll just do da-da-da and da-da-da. It's like, no, that's boring. It's boring. We want to live our lives. So, I don't know, man. That's just so annoying, to be honest with you. And it's just like, you got to do stuff that's interesting. You got to do things that will, like, if you're doing anything in this world, you have to provoke some kind of emotion. And if you want people excited, you have to give them a reason to be excited. So just, like, think about that. Don't just be lazy about it. And some people say, oh, well, the younger generation is lazy. No, it's the older people, too. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Because I'm not going to go too far in the weeds on that. Too inside baseball. Anyway, let's see, what else are we going to talk about here today? Oh, Sydney Sweeney's in the news. Yes, she has a brand new brand deal with Jimmy Choo's. She's also, I don't even know how to say this. Doing more with American Eagle, I guess. Her new movie Christie's coming out, which people are already saying it's like Oscar worthy, and it's just like, it's not even out yet. Nobody's seen it except for people who's gonna blow smoke up your bum. So I don't really understand where this is coming from, and I think it's dumb. But apparently, Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun are dating. I don't know if I talked about this last week. I don't really remember when this happened, to be honest with you. But I'm still distraught by it. Really am. Because Scooter Braun seems like a doofus. Seems like he just knows people. And is annoying. Just does things that get underneath your skin. You're like, Sydney, why? Why? And somebody was saying, well, Sydney is a smart person. She might be doing this to, help her out. Yeah, that may be true. That may be true, but it still hurts. And it's kind of dumb. But who am I to say, people will fall in love and do their thing and just be weirdos. Internet not happy about it, though, but mainly for weird reasons. Yeah, I mean, outside of Cardi B being a weirdo and getting a court win and then celebrating by twerking on social media, that's pretty much it. Well, I mean, I guess Taylor Swift has an open invitation to be the halftime show of any Super Bowl she wants, which is, Roger Goodell, I know what you're doing. You're being a schemer. And I appreciate it. And last thing before I get out of here, Halloween is coming up. I really like Halloween. Really do. What I don't like is how Halloween seems to be getting here earlier and earlier and earlier. And the reason I don't like it is because mainly like we're rushing through summer. It's like no, summer's the best season. You get to be outside a lot, especially here in the capital region. It gets cold and stays cold for a while, and bitterly cold too. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of people rushing into it. Like I love spooky, don't get me wrong, but we still got steps to go, man. Let's just enjoy it. Like, and I think that's a pretty big indication about society. We're just focused on the next thing. And that's fine, but live in the moment. Do something weird, do something spontaneous, do something fun. Don't just be like, oh, it's Labor Day's over, all right, Halloween. That's the only thing that matters. And we're just going to disassociate till then. It's just like, no, bro. Just do something fun. Enjoy yourself. Think about what you'd want to do in this moment and just hopefully do it. I've been trying to do that a lot more, and I think it's helped me, and I'm usually a very spontaneous person anyway. Like to do random things, weird things, and it gets me in trouble a lot of times, but it's still a fun thing to do, and I don't know, it's just, I think if we allow ourselves to just be in the moment, I think we'd be a lot happier. Then again, there's other people that plan and plan and plan and plan, and then you're just like, you don't have to plan so much. They're like, it makes me happy, and then you're like, okay. So, there's multiple ways to skin a cat, man. I just hope that you're happy. I hope you enjoy your life, and I thank you so much for listening into the Seth Justice Show. Remember, like, subscribe, follow @Justice_radio on Instagram, @Seth Justice Show on X, and the Seth Justice Show on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you almost made it. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and have a great week. Peace.